Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas, as usual, is full. The balloons have just gone up and out through that big opening up in the top of the roof of this magnificent structure. It is the matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants, led by Joe Pisarcik on the right side of your picture, and of course Roger Staubach on the left. Beautiful day in Texas. It seems like that's always the case. I'm Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire, and this is the rematch. The Cowboys won the first one by 10 points.
Yeah, but you know, when was the last time the Giants and Dallas teams were both 3-2 and there was something at stake in it? The Giants, I think, got more from scoring 24 points and losing that first game. And I don't know, I thought Roger Staubach the other night, the Monday night game, I've never seen him flinch under a big rush. And I sort of thought he loaded it up and sort of pressured his throws, and I don't think that Roger is playing his best football right now.
You know, Tommy, there are a lot of twos when you start talking about Dallas, too mean and too tall and too fast. Right now, the story might be too complacent because the Cowboys, by the admission of their coach, Tom Landry, have not played a good football game in 3 weeks.
It's true, Pat, and they're not physical. By that, I mean that defensively, guys like Martin and White have got to be physical football players, or I'll tell you something, New York can pull off an upset here today.
Well, as you said, I think they gained a lot of confidence by that showing they had in the first game at the Meadowlands when the Cowboys won by the score of 34-24. You're now looking at the Dallas Cowboys gathered around the head coach, Tom Landry. They will receive the kickoff. We'll run down the starting lineups as soon as we have a chance. Both with teams of 3-2 records.
How about what Landry was saying this week? That maybe they'd been not reading too much about themselves being great, but that they'd forgotten how they had gotten there by hard work and little statements like that.
To a man, the Cowboys seem to be surprised how well teams are playing against them. But by golly, as we said earlier this afternoon, when you're the champions of the world and the defending Super Bowl champions, everybody's going to be up for you, the Giants being no exception. Joe Danello will kick off. Back deep for Dallas will be Butch Johnson and Doug Dennison. Johnson is 86 and Dennison 21.
And Danello for the Giants might be the best young kicker probably in football. I think number 18 right now can hit it for 50 or 55 yards about as well as anybody.
That seems to be the opinion of just about everybody. And Danello indicates that he is ready. John McVay, that picture will tell you he is ready. Well, you brag on him, and he shanks it left. Here's Butch Johnson. Butch to the 26, breaks a couple of tackles out near the 30 in front of the Giant bench.
Patrick, we might look early for the Giants to come up in a new defense instead of the regular 4-3 that we're so used to seeing the Giant defense lineup in. They may come out with a three-man front just to see if they can throw off the computer by Landry.
Here's the Dallas offensive line.
Who's at right tackle?
That'll be Rayfield Wright, the veteran who has replaced Andy Frederick. The receivers, Hill, Pearson, tight end Billy Joe Dupree. The backfield, Staubach, Dorsett, Robert Newhouse. First and 10, Dallas at their own 29. First play from scrimmage.
Giants are in the three-man line, all right.
Right across the middle was Drew Pearson, and Roger might have thrown that ball a little too hard.
The feeling was that maybe Roger and Tom Landry and the Cowboys would figure that 78% of the time that New York would be in the old 4-3. And now you've got four linebackers. You've got actually Lloyd in there now at one linebacker. And you've only got three defensive linemen, which will be Mendenhall, Jeter, and Gregory. At four linebackers, you can add Lloyd to that list of linebackers, and of course your four deep backs.
I think it's rather interesting, the Giant reasoning, which who John Simak told you about why they're doing this.
Yeah, because they figure that Landry will have looked at them under a telescope or a microscope for the 4-3.
So it's a 3-4 with Mendenhall in front of Fitzgerald. The handoff is to Newhouse. The flag is down. Newhouse got only a couple.
Might be offensive holding, too. It was right into the trail part of that play.
Brian Kelly on the bottom of the pile. It is against Dallas, and they'll take him back. Otis McKinney, number 23, is playing at the left cornerback for the Giants in place of Terry Jackson.
McKinney's a rookie out of Colorado who once shut out Lofton, that Stanford receiver that we saw in the Sun Bowl, Pat.
And who a lot of folks are seeing now playing for the Green Bay Packers.
Well,
spectacular rookie.
We have holding number 62, offense.
62 is John Fitzgerald, and he's the man that's got Mendenhall in front of him. Washington came back to defeat Detroit and remain undefeated 21-19. That's the final score.
How close.
We'd like to welcome those of you who watched that close battle between the Redskins and the Lions to our broadcast from Texas Stadium in Dallas. Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire. It'll be 2nd and 20 for the Cowboys. Holding penalty against John Fitzgerald. Set him back.
Giants in a 34 again.
Kelly around the feet of Staubach. They blitz the linebacker.
And that's where the Giants have been a little weak on defense. That's the 10th sack, and they do it with a linebacker from the 34. Watch the left part of your screen. Kelly goes. Lloyd faked it and went back and covered up, and Roger had nobody to actually throw the ball to. Looks like they've confused the Cowboys a little bit.
Well, we knew, you knew, certainly that the Giants felt the Cowboys would not expect it. Piece of information that we felt we should not divulge before the game started.
Well, I tell you, we're awful careful about that. The people trust us, and I'm not about to throw that one away.
So it'll be 3rd down Dallas and 30 now. Line of scrimmage back at their own 9-yard line. Preston Pearson into the game. Look out for him. Screen pass to Dorsett is well set. Tony D cuts back to the inside and spins. He is near 1st down yardage, but does not get it. Otis McKinney and Ray Rhodes, the tacklers. Good yardage. They do not get the 1st down, but this is significant because they will not have to punt out of their own end zone.
Boy, this isn't a bad call either. You're from behind the defense. Look at Roger set this up and then screen. Drop it off. Good block here on Brian Kelly by Fitzgerald. And, of course, Baltimore saw him go 91 this way.
Well, Roger held that ball a long time, didn't he?
Didn't he? Just waited and pulled the trigger.
Danny White with Bobby Hammond and Jimmy Robinson back deep for the Giants. Good kick. It'll be Robinson to handle at his own 20 with a wall set. Jimmy Robinson breaks a couple of tacklers, now 3 or 4 more, and it's finally down to the hands of Bruce Huther. The coverage was good by Dallas, and it's a good thing because he broke 4 tackles.
Robinson didn't know he was supposed to drop.
No score at Texas Stadium between the Giants and the Cowboys. We have 13 minutes and 12 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
I'm not hearing.
Dallas has been anything but sharp, in the words of Tom Landry, for the last 3 games, and that first offensive series didn't look all that good either.
Tell you one thing, though, they're cheerleaders. I think Gil Brandt must draft the cheerleaders, too. They're the best in the league, still far and away.
You mean you think they're computerized?
I'm sure that they put a lot of numbers through them.
Giants led by Joe Pisarcik, who might not be the most graceful or artistic quarterback in the National Football League, but he certainly is one of the most durable.
We said he took a beating well, but I tell you, they are beginning to feel offensive. And the Giants now feel like they can play with just about anybody, maybe even Dallas.
Gary Shirt with his back to you right there will be the tight end. Pisarcik loosening up his neck. First down, Giants, ball at their own 29. There's the offensive line for New York.
Gravel, Van Horn, Clack, who's doing a heck of a job, J.T. Turner, and Michael Ochek.
The receivers, Perkins, Robinson, and the fast-improving Al Dixon. Running backs, Pisarcik, the quarterback, Bobby Hammond, number 33, and Larry Zonka. Semi-rollout. He steps beside Jethro Pugh. Wide open is Zonka.
Well, that's about as good a receiver as you can go to. Nobody thinks you're going to throw to Larry Zonka because nobody thinks that Zonka can get it underway. But if you put a linebacker on him, the big fella can still get into that open area.
They'll put it in play this time in Dallas territory. There is Jack Gregory, the fine defensive end, the veteran for the Giants. 8 straight times the Cowboys have beaten the New York Giants.
Pisarcik had a lot of time that time, didn't he, to look around for the second receiver?
Jethro Pugh was the only man who came close to him. First down. This is Hammond. Cuts back upfield for 4 or 5. Jethro Pugh made the tackle on that time. Here's the Dallas defense.
That is anything but tremendously physical right now. There's Too Tall Jones, Jethro, who's been there for 14 years, Randy White and Harvey Martin. And those two from that flex have to work hard.
The linebackers, Hollywood Henderson on one side, 56. Brunig in the middle, he's playing well, and the veteran D.D. Lewis. The secondary.
A few problems here. Mark Washington is playing at the left corner, but he's playing hurt, and there's the rest of it, including the 2 best safeties maybe together in the game.
That would be Harrison Waters. Second 6, Hammond got 4. Draw play Zonka. Near and almost a first down. Jethro Pugh again, the tackler. He's having an active day so far, number 75. Giant punter Dave Jennings, who had sort of a Charlie horse that he suffered in a workout this week, but he said this morning
He was all right.
no problem.
Had a new cowboy hat, new cowboy boots. I'm surprised he didn't have the hat on down there in the field. He loved it so much.
They must pay kickers more than they used to. It's a rather surprising final score. The New York Jets 45, Buffalo 14. That is the final. Short yardage. Zonka did not quite get it. Zonka right behind Pisarcek. That's Willie Spencer, and he's got it. To the 30. Charlie Waters had to make the tackle as Willie Spencer.
Patrick, watch to the left of the screen as Zonka. Again, he's as big as a guard or a tackle. Pulls out to the left and takes Aaron Kyle and buries him. And White just does not hold on.
Cliff Harris, who made the initial contact on Willie Spencer, is the cowboy down, and that's Willie Spencer who carried the ball and made the initial contact with Cliff Harris, who's down.
Tell you one thing, Dallas can't play without number 43 very well.
They're going to have to try. Randy Hughes, who's not bad himself, comes in to take his place.
There's nothing like that Baptist from Ouachita, though. He's a pretty tough football player, number 43.
And has been for a long time. He and Waters, as Tom Brookshire said a minute ago, perhaps the best safety tandem in the league. 31-7. The Steelers remain unbeaten with that victory over Atlanta.
And Bradshaw didn't play? My goodness.
That's what they said. Here is Willie Spencer back on his feet.
He's a good-looking rookie out of Texas Tech. 218 pounds and got heavy, big wheels.
Spencer comes off with a little assistance.
I thought you meant Taylor. I'm sorry, because Spencer didn't. I don't believe he went to college. He came from the WFL.
That's right.
And he's had some bad ankles, hasn't he, for a while?
Had a tryout with the Vikings. Been used in short yardage situations.
Biggest claim to fame was he got in a fight with Harvey Martin the last 2 times the teams play, right?
Here's the contact. Watch this.
Here's Willie at 225, right over the top. Harris ends up running into Waters, too, and then they're hit down by Perkins, the receiver.
Randy Hughes in his place. It'll be first down Giants after all that. And here's Zonka straight ahead again. Leans for 2 or 3. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Dallas Cowboys and the National Football League is prohibited. 3-4 yard pickup by Zonka. Cliff Harris back into the game. Tampa Bay over Kansas City 10-6 fourth quarter. That game at Kansas City. 2nd 6. Sarchik fakes to Hammond, fires in the direction of Robinson. Benny Barnes on the coverage. Charlie Waters trying to get over to help. Robinson almost had him beat.
Benny got away with a little bit of trickery that all cornerbacks have to have. He threw the elbow out and sort of made the receiver go through his elbow as they ran together up the sidelines. No flags.
No score yet.
It's true.
3rd and 6. Ball at the 29-yard line of Dallas. Dan Durnick into the backfield for the Giants, and keep your eye on number 35, a rookie from Washington State.
He's just bone and muscle and elbows.
The other running back with him is Bobby Hammond. Harvey Martin, Jethro Pugh, and Ed Jones, all with the rush on Joe Pisarcik. Watch it.
Looked like Hollywood Henderson comes from the right part of your screen, too. Let's see if the linebacker comes. I'll tell you one thing. Randy White split 2 blocks up the middle. I think most of the Dallas team had part of that sack.
At least 5. And the Giants shuffle things around. They go out of field goal range with that sack. And it'll be Dave Jennings. The New England Patriots beat Philadelphia. That's the final score, 24-14. The Eagles dropped to 3-3 with that. We welcome those of you who watched that game, the New England victory, to our broadcast here 0-0 between the Cowboys and the Giants. Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshaw. They try to fake kick. Jennings has the football. Finally does kick it on the run. Kicks it into the end zone. They try to snap the ball to the up man, who was Brian Kelly. They fumbled the snap. Jennings ran it down, and finally,
Doug Dennison, I believe, is hurt, Pat.
Dennison is down. What a
Watch
bizarre play.
Watch the snap now. Go through Brian Kelly, number 55, the up back. Watch the snap. Jennings takes it on the perfect hop, second bounce. Almost has running room. Now looks like he's playing out of Vienna.
Go Jennings. Go.
I really hope that
Tell you what,
the field isn't hurt badly. Look at this.
that's Doug Dennison that's down. That punt won't help his average too much, but that was one heck of a play. 0-0 a score. Doug Dennison was down on that fake punt by the Giants. I don't know what Brian Kelly had in mind doing with the ball if he had fielded it.
I didn't see any pass receivers down.
No, I didn't either.
I'll bet you Jennings' insurance man was darn glad he got the boot off.
Dennison, who has been so durable over the years running the football from scrimmage and has been such a valuable member of the Dallas Cowboys special teams, will go to the sideline. The Dallas Cowboys have another backup rookie from Houston, Alois Blackwell, who can play and who would obviously take Dennison's place.
Well, you wonder, over a 16-game schedule, how deep the good teams really are. We're going to find out, aren't we? There's Mr. Landry. Looks like the pressure has really got him today.
Yeah, really does, doesn't it? Somebody asked him why they didn't beat Washington. Specific? He said we didn't play well enough. Referee today is Pat Haggerty. The umpire is Al Conway. The head linesman, Walt Peters. Line judge Vern Marshall. Back judge Jim Poole. Side judge Dick Creed. And the field judge Bob Lewis. Dallas football, first down, their own 20. Outside, Drew Pearson. Pass is complete. A sort of in the middle of a shift play.
Look, Dorsett was actually in motion, but going backwards. Watch the left of your screen. You'll see Dorsett show up in there. You can go away from the line of scrimmage. A short out. The 18th catch by Mr. Pearson, who plays very well against the Giants. I think Drew is about as successful against New York as any receiver in the league.
That keeps his streak alive at 51 games now. Los Angeles, San Francisco score. The Rams lead 7-0 first quarter. That game started the same time we did, so we'll keep you posted. 7-yard gain. That pass completion to Drew Pearson. It'll be 2nd and 3. The outside trap as Butch Johnson came back inside, and Dorsett picks up the Dallas first down to the 37. Stopped by Otis McKinney.
Oh, I don't think Jeter ever saw Butch Johnson coming back inside on him. Watch the left part of your screen, the slot man. Look at him. Well, he comes back in on Mendenhall and doubles up on the nose guard. Boy, I'll tell you, and if you don't have a lot of people making contact with number 33, he can't fumble. And I guess that's what you keep waiting for with Dorsett. Make him cough the ball up at least once.
On first down, Tony Hill goes out, and Jackie Smith replaces him at tight end for not St. Louis, Dallas.
He looks funny in his suit, doesn't he?
He does. I didn't even recognize him. He's tight to the right. The pitch back to Dorsett. Behind a block from Jackie Smith. Brad Van Pelt made the tackle. Here's Jackie Smith.
Here's Jackie Smith. He used to wear red and white and be fighting half of the Dallas team, and now he blocks down on Jeter. Tackle Rayfield Wright came out on the linebacker, and they picked up some yardage there.
He did a job, didn't he?
Sure did. I guess an old player that's getting to play a few more games or a whole season, maybe it means more to that kind of a player than even a big rookie, huh?
I would think. Jackie Smith gets a rest at the moment, replaced by Tony Hill, who's on the right, Drew Pearson on the left. Brian Kelly was on the blitz. Oh, he almost had it. Almost a spectacular catch by Drew Pearson. Ray Rhodes, the defender.
Pretty good pass pattern, the one that Drew runs as well as anybody. All the way under that formation. Well played by Rhodes.
Third quarter score this is. Baltimore 24, St. Louis 17. The Cardinals still without a win. It'll be 3rd and 6. Teams have been throwing on first down against Dallas, and it looks like the Cowboys have picked up a little bit of that rhythm. Both times they've had first downs, they have put it in the air.
You know, they're moving the football against everybody. They're just not getting as many points as they used to get.
They still lead the NFC in total offense, and now they shotgun part of their offense. Preston Pearson in, along with Dorsett. Protection is good. Dorsett punched out by Brian Kelly, and maybe shaken a little bit as Dorsett. He had a bad leg going into the game, and now it's worse.
I'll tell you one thing, if Kelly doesn't get a little bit of him, and he didn't get much of him, he might have gone right down the sidelines. You know, Staubach is 59% on third down completions, Pat, so he's over that now.
A lot of people have said in order for Dallas to be successful, they have to get the ball to Dorsett at least 30 times a game. I'm not sure he is durable enough to accept that kind of punishment week after week.
You got to be a heavyweight.
And he's heavy, but not quite heavy enough.
While the Duns sleep, an evil thing happens. A pasty film covers their mouths, teeth. They wake with the worst breath of the day.
Morning.
Mouthwash. Scope?
I use mine.
Yours leaves your breath medicine-y. Smell. Not minty like Scope.
But mine clean.
Can't clean your mouth better than Scope.
All right. Clean. Morning.
Scope fights bad breath. Doesn't give medicine breath.
Good old Charlie, that's me. Somebody's got a dead battery and they call good old Charlie, and I jump-start 'em. Rain, snow, day, night. Well, this time I tell them, get your own Die-Hard.
The maintenance-free Die-Hard has extra power to start your car when most batteries won't.
This is the last time.
Thank you, Charlie.
Oh, anytime.
The Die-Hard, sold only at Sears.
Because he's Okay, Dorsett's being helped off. If you want to see what happened, watch closely and you'll see his right ankle turn after he's hit by Kelly. Now, watch the right ankle. There it goes under, all the way under with those very cohesive little shoes.
And with Brian Kelly on top of him, Alois Blackwell, number 24, has replaced Dorsett. That means we're down to one at that deep back position because Dennison is already gone. Quick screen outside to Tony Hill. 5 or 6, stopped by Brian Kelly.
Hey, Rayfield got it underway, didn't he, number 70? It was his first start since the last game of 76. And Pat, at that time, I guess he was considered the best offensive tackle in football, number 70. There he is.
Rayfield right. Fort Valley State.
Well, I asked you, where was Fort Valley State? You gave me the enrollment, the professors you knew there and everything. Where is it?
Just outside Macon, Georgia. Green Bay and Chicago, the Packers under Bart Starr leading the Bears under Neil Armstrong, 17-7. Packers already 4-1, going for 5. Alois Blackwell and Preston Pearson now the running backs for Dallas. 2nd and 3. Staubach to throw again and does outside. Preston Pearson taken down by number 54, Dan Lloyd, the extra linebacker, but Preston continues to amaze.
Now you go to a new defense, and for a while it's all right until they come with the play when you're having to make the adjustment for the first time. And this means the outside linebacker kicking out and covering somebody like Preston Pearson. Until you've done that one time successfully, you might not know what it's like. Here's Mendenhall's battle in the middle there as a nose man. That Fitzgerald will give you a lot of pressure. Rafferty helps him too.
Week after week, Fitzgerald is quiet but efficient. 1st and 10 Cowboys. At the Giant 30, it is Robert Newhouse, who shrugs off a couple of tacklers and manages to get about 5. John McVay, the Giant head coach, looking on as Newhouse was stopped by Otis McKinney.
We're seeing something now that Roger hasn't been able to do much. The Cowboys have only scored 7 points in the first quarter this year. And they used to come out hot and blazing against everybody, Pat.
Word on Doug Dennison, Tom, is that he has a sprained left knee and he will not be back.
Word sprain's better than something worse, though, right?
Torn. Preston Pearson is now the deep back behind Newhouse. Staubach a half fake to him and throws. Do I have to tell you? Number 26 is Preston Pearson.
We got Martin almost having a fight with, I believe it was Rafferty, the offensive guard.
And a flag went up in the middle of the tussle. I don't know who they'd call it against, but George Martin, who had just come into the game as the Giants went back to a 4-3. Whatever happened, it's not very popular at Texas Stadium.
Pearson's catch will stand, whether they get the, get him.
Pat Haggerty. Pat Haggerty is the referee, and I'm sure the fans got their message to him. Of course, it won't make any difference.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. 62-75. It's a first down.
Fitzgerald is 62, and George Martin is 75.
Means they caught Martin at least counterpunching or perhaps reacting.
They got them both.
Second guy. There's Fitzgerald, right the lower part of your screen. Here's Roger. He does throw to Preston Pearson for his 19th reception of the year. Now, back there somewhere in the hinterlands is where the action is taking place. Catch and penalty hold.
Tom Landry with a message written to himself. The handoff is Preston Pearson. He got not much. He was stopped by Gary Jeter. Maybe one.
Long drive, time consuming, and the Giants aren't able to put the ball into play, which is the name of the game these days. If you don't keep a hog bladder, the other guy's working with it all the time.
Clock still running at 4 minutes 45 seconds, make it just about right now. Some of the Dallas players were saying that they felt the fans here were not enthusiastic enough. But based on their objection to that call just a minute ago, they are regaining some of that enthusiasm. Newhouse and Preston Pearson shuffle around in the Dallas backfield.
Better look out for Tony Hill here pretty quick.
He's in the corner. Touchdown.
All right, let's take a look at it. You've got the new player over there that's playing. That's Otis McKinney, the young man from Colorado. Hill goes in for the post and breaks it back out. Pretty good defensive try, and this young man is one of the best players in football right now in the outside positions, Tony Hill, and he's only in his second year. Scary.
Protection good. Pattern excellent. Pass on target. 7-0. Cowboys lead. There's our buddy.
Whistling Ray.
That horse is going to throw him one day. 7-0.
Nobody does it better than Hurts.
Nobody does it better. Hurts leads the others by far. Nobody does it best of all. You Hurts the superstar.
Nobody has more of what it takes to rid you of Fairmont, Mustang, LTD, or other fine car faster.
Hurts the superstar.
You know it.
You must be ready for a beer.
I'm ready for a new Schlitz Light. There's a new taste in Schlitz Light. The taste of natural ingredients brewed into a Pilsner beer. New Schlitz Light. Still less filling with a taste that's bigger than light.
We climbed it because it was there. And we came back down because this was here.
Schlitz Light. Natural Pilsner beer.
Raphael Septien, number 1 for Dallas.
10th passing touchdown for Mr. Staubach and the Dallas Cowboys.
Ernie Pugh and Bobby Hammond back deep. Good kick. That is Hammond. About a yard deep in his own end zone. Lois Blackwell made the first cut at him. Here's the word now on Dorsett. He has a sprained right ankle, slightly. He probably will be back if need be. CBS Sports Spectacular next Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time and 3:30 Central and Pacific presents the UST Women's Indoor Tennis Championships, the Jockey Club Gold Cup. It's all next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
And the world's strongest men. A couple of those guys may be in the stands here today.
A couple of them are playing somewhere in the NFL.
I know.
All next week on the CBS Sports Spectacular. Bobby Hammond lunges straight ahead. Cliff Harris finally put the clamp, but Hammond got some good yardage. Aaron Kyle, the cornerback, also joined.
Hammond's only a 170-pounder, and he ran back a punt last year against the Cowboys, so he likes this stadium. I'll tell you, for 170 pounds, he hits it a pretty good lick, you know it?
A lot of people didn't believe he could make it. Could not play in the NFL because of his size, but he's become quite an asset. San Diego, Denver score. The Chargers 7-0 over Denver.
Hello.
Don Coryell. In his second week, 7-yard pickup that time. Zonka tries to get the first down, doesn't get it. Jethro Pugh and D.D. Lewis will be on the bottom of the pile.
Now there was a good example of the Dallas defense being tough and like Gristle. Watch the left part. They run right at Randy White. Look what happens. Jethro Pugh beats his man on the line of scrimmage and gets help from Harvey Martin on the outside, and White held his ground pretty well.
If you double on White, that means a single on Jethro. And that may not be enough.
Well, look at that group. And they have not been as macho as they usually are. I guess that's a legal word these days, macho.
Oh, yeah, I hear it frequently. Third down, 2 yards to go as Hammond gets the call. Will not. Yes, he does. Underneath the outstretched arms of Cliff Harris and Bob Bruning. Hammond gets the first down, New York.
It's because there wasn't any of him there. Cowboys tackle one another, and number 33 slipped through for it. Watch the right of your screen now. Zonka goes to the outside to get a good block. Good block there by Van Horn, too, and he slipped under the pile. Looks like Cliff Harris is back in there, isn't he?
Yes, he is. There goes Doug Dennison into the tunnel that goes back into the Dallas dressing room on the stretcher. He won't be back. Al Dixon moves over to the left side. No flag. Pisarcik going for Robinson. He might have him. He does. Aaron Kyle, perfectly thrown pass from Pisarcik into that single coverage.
And you know, Robinson had a tremendous game against Dallas up at Giant Stadium early in the year. Now, the left guard, Van Horn, may have jumped early, but as Pat said, no flag. But watch this throw. And I'll tell you, this little booger Robinson is averaging 20 yards a catch. And for a guy that can't run too fast, he is some football player.
What's the blocking on Randy White?
Randy a little high still. You see Van Horn backed him off and then straightens him up and cuts him down.
Van Horn did such a job in the first meeting between these two teams that Randy White did not make a tackle in the entire ball game.
Can you imagine that?
Cleveland under Sam Rutigliano. 24-9 over New Orleans. Here's Hammond. Near the 20. And by the way, that red and white line is marked on both 20s just to better orient the fans that sit in the end zones to tell them where the team is. Perhaps, at least it's an experiment being tried by Tex Schramm, who has done so many innovative things.
Glad you explained it, because I was just going to ask you, what is the red line on the field?
Well, it's for the people in the other end zone. I don't want to get back into it again because it'll take the rest of the game. At the 22, Billy Taylor is one of the running backs. The other is Zonka. Just to the 20.
Fumble, but New York retained possession. Now, this is Harvey Martin at his best, number 79. He really chases the play down from behind, and Too Tall holds the end position pretty well and allows it to happen. Now watch this train going from left to right. You'll pick up the number 79, I think. See him stalking the play?
Stalking is the right word.
Oh, my heavens. 6'5" and one of the great pass rushers of all time.
He said this morning he felt that he wasn't getting the sacks that he got last year when he had 23, but at least he was getting near the quarterback every week. 3rd and 7. Billy Taylor and Doug Coter are now the setbacks, and that's Coter. He got to about the 19, and again, it's number 79, helped by number 31, Benny Barnes.
Danilo will come in now.
Sometimes, because of that immense hole in the top of the stadium, we have problems with our lighting. And the cameras just don't adjust quickly enough.
I wondered what you were going to start explaining.
It's 7-0 Dallas.
I'd like to show you how science helped create a new Mercury Marquis standard of driving comfort for 79. The most scientifically engineered Marquis in history and most beautiful. Computer-assisted design makes Marquis more spacious. No car in its class has higher ratings for room or trunk space. A new steering ratio makes Marquis more responsive. Even Marquis' ride has been re-engineered. Corners flatter, takes dips and bumps with greater stability. Test Marquis' new standard of driving comfort yourself.
Homeward bound, coast of New England. The Navy. See your recruiter or call toll-free. It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
Where might you be going with that? Same place you're going, Father. I'll check it straight through for you. You better hurry. Man, it looks like I got about an hour yet, eh?
More like 10 minutes, I'm afraid. Gonna see you're satisfied.
At United, we give you all we've got. Take off to touchdown.
We're in together.
We built the largest airline in the free world.
Round you, my friend.
You wouldn't be spoiling me now, would you?
We're gonna try.
Joe Danilo into the game for the Giants. He is 9 of 13 field goal attempts. Been successful 9 times this year. He has not hit between the 30 and 39 with 2 misses. This will be from 37. He has improved on that record at this moment. That would have been good from 55.
Wish we had a replay so you could analyze his stroke at it.
Well, by golly, we do.
All right, Patrick.
Well, I can't analyze that.
Where'd he come from, huh?
He came from the side. I never did that.
Strong leg, though, this young man, huh? From Washington State.
The important thing is, I think for soccer-style kickers, is you can practice it forever, and it doesn't make your leg tired. Straight away, you get tired.
That's hard on you, right?
Yeah. Giants on the scoreboard will kick off now. Danilo again. Let's see who goes deep for Dallas. Butch Johnson would be one. Alois Blackwell will go back with him in place of Doug Dennison. You saw him going to the locker room just a minute ago. The book on Blackwell, by the way, he's a rookie from Houston, 5'10", 195.
You know, an important thing that McVay's done with the Giants, though, of 78, is that after they were scored upon, they came right back out, got the thing in position, good long pass, and kicked a field goal. They were not impressed with the Dallas score, you know?
Mm-hmm. Came back with a good drive. The key play was that long pass from Pisarcik to Robinson. Danilo again hits a funny-looking kick. Butch Johnson comes to the 6, fields it. Stopped by Gary Shirk at the 29 in a wrestling match. Waiting on the sidelines to kick off the hard-hitting Sunday night on CBS lineup is 60 Minutes, followed by Mary Tyler Moore. Then All in the Family, then Alice.
I love Alice.
And finally Kaz. How about Kaz? How do you feel about him?
Well, I haven't had a chance to check Kaz out yet, but I think I'll still love Alice more than Kaz.
I'll take Mary.
By the way, Roger Staubach is 7 for 9 for 87 yards, and I don't blame you.
First and 10. 14:46. Left before halftime. Dallas 7, Giants 3. Robert Newhouse and Preston Pearson, the running backs, and this is the house to the 36. Dan Lloyd, the tackler. Roger Staubach looking on with a little bit of an abrasion, looks like on his left elbow.
Looked like that time they caught Jeter, who's playing the left defensive end on that 3-man front, the new Giant defense for the day, and looked like Rayfield and company just took him down inside and buried him.
Tampa Bay 23, Kansas City 6 in the fourth quarter.
John McKay is really turning that team around. Look at that fella.
How do you know it's a fella?
Well, I thought, no, Pink might be a lady. There's a lady.
Second down. Tony Dorsett back behind Newhouse now, and he'll get the carry. It was a slightly sprained ankle, and I'm sure they've retaped by now. Dorsett carries and is tackled by middle linebacker Harry Carson. Whoa. First quarter score, Seattle 13. Minnesota nothing.
Minnesota's supposed to be a team that comes back with those, but Seattle's playing pretty good football against everybody, aren't they?
Led by left-handed quarterback Jim Zorn.
He used to be here.
Scramble and throw, and yes, he was here. 3rd and 1. Would you throw it? Would you run Newhouse? You run Newhouse for a first down.
Oh, he's tough, isn't he? You see him get hit then, the whole body just shook and shuddered, and he still went forward. Van Pelt really stuck him.
The best description of him I've ever heard is one that you gave. His legs are bigger around than he is tall.
And you know, he doesn't fumble. He's a great person to hand off to. He has no fumbles in the entire season so far.
Very durable. Houston 3, Oakland nothing, second quarter. In the West Coast. Dorsett and Newhouse both shift. Fake to Dorsett. Wide open is Tony Hill. Ball is loose and recovered by Brian Kelly. The Giants have it at their own 48.
You know, they came in, they had lost 6 fumbles of 9 they had made offensively, Dallas had. And this is after a great completion. Number 80 comes across, hooks up and sets up against the 4-man line. Now watch the fumble. Uh-oh.
Mind if I join you?
Why, did I come apart?
Beer tender and natural, please.
Natural? Natural? What's a natural? Is that like nature? I once were natural and nearly caught pneumonia.
This is a natural. Anheuser-Busch Natural Light. It's a great beer. I just call it natural because I'm not fluid like you.
Say, bartender, I'll take my friend's word for it. Give me a natural and take my beer, please. Cheer up.
From blazing heat to paralyzing cold, season after season, the J.C. Penney battery has the power to start your car over and over, year in and year out. And it never needs water, ever. It's so dependable, it's warranted for as long as you own your car. If it ever fails to accept and hold a charge, return it with proof of purchase. We'll replace it, free. It's the last battery your car will ever need.
After Brian Kelly's fumble recovery, it'll be 1st and 10 Giants at their own 49. Dallas leads at 7-3.
Pisarcik is 2 of 3, but for 67 yards. That one bolt to Robinson was a big one.
Staubach is 8 out of 10. Billy Taylor and Doug Coder, the Giant running backs. First down pass attempt from Pisarcik. Again, it's Robinson that he's attempting. A little bump from Benny.
Yeah, but Benny Barnes was going for the ball. He really made it look like it was part of his natural stride. I don't think Jerry Wampler and Coach McVay will agree with that. Let's see how much time that Pisarcik has to get it off. Here comes Randy White and Martin. Ravel holding on to Harvey just a little bit. Underneath there was some bumping, and I thought it was no harm, no foul. Of course, that's the way I feel.
You sound like Tom Heinsohn. It'll be 2nd and 10. Reverse to Coder. D.D. Lewis played off one blocker and made Coder change his direction. Charlie Waters ran him out of bounds.
Bruni gets all the way to the sidelines, that middle linebacker. What's the middle linebacker, number 53 now? Steps off, goes back for his coverage, and now recovers and starts going along the line of scrimmage. Here comes Waters. Waters has to be in on 175 tackles after 16 league games, you know.
What a game he played last Monday night.
Yep.
In the loss to the Redskins 9-5. The Redskins, in case you might have missed it, won today 21-19 over Detroit. They are 6-0. The winner of this game will go into second place behind them. Philadelphia's already lost. Sarchek outside overthrows Billy Taylor. Thomas Henderson on the coverage.
Larry Cole was in on a pretty good pass rush, and number 9 just had to throw that one OB.
After the fumble recovery by Brian Kelly, the Giants, unable to move, will have to punt. Dave Jennings has averaged until today 48 yards per kick in this stadium. He likes it here.
See those tall hats and big boots.
Today his only effort was on the run. Oh my gosh. Butch Johnson goes up with a signal, but that one goes into the end zone some 60 yards away. A flag is down back at midfield.
In the area of the receiver on the outside being downfield too early.
That's right. Cowboys would get the ball at their own 20. The ball went into the end zone. Let's see if they want him to kick it again. Jennings is walking off the field, but let's see what Pat Haggerty says.
Ineligible man downfield, declined, first down.
You know why? Because Jennings might nail it on the 1 if he gets another chance to punt it.
He's awfully good at that. Hermal Allen, who handles the scouting for Dallas, in his breakdown of the Giant kicking game, says it is the best there is with Danilo and Jennings.
My wife got the house, but I got the Sony.
Darn. I thought they were going to give me a Sony.
Most people feel very special about Sony Trinitron Color TVs, probably because Sony Trinitron Color TVs are very special. You see, it's not just a TV, it's a Sony.
I hope he's not disappointed. I think he was expecting a Sony.
We took the taste, the great taste of Michelob, and made a light beer.
It's Michelob Light. There is no doubt. This is what light beer is all about. Good taste. Good taste. Like Michelob Light runs in the family. Good taste runs in the family.
Yeah.
7-3. The Cowboys lead the Giants with 11 minutes, 18 seconds to go, second quarter. Cowboys ball at their own 20. They've been throwing frequently on first down against this Giant 3-man alignment. I think he did that on purpose.
Well, it could be. The ball was, again, we've always said when Roger is not on target, he's high. Let's take a look at what the Giants look like in this, what they would call a 34. You're behind the offense, and that's Mendenhall in the middle that Fitzgerald has. Jeter and, of course, Gregory to the outside. Actually, Drew Pearson ran an inside pattern and then back to the corner, and Rhodes really had him covered all the way on it.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Blitzing down for New York. Thinking down for Dallas.
And rookie Terry Jackson is playing the left corner for the Giants. Oh, he's a good young player.
Delayed handoff. Dorsett swings to the outside. Got 5. Blocker out in front is number 64, Rafferty. Ray Rhodes, number 22 for the Giants, with Dan Lloyd. Made the tackle. 7-3 now. The Rams over San Francisco on that long, long rivalry.
There's Dorsett, who came in with 6 fumbles into this football game. Pat, why do you think he fumbles? Does he carry it loose?
Got to be carrying it loosely, plus it's the extra jukes and moves that he makes.
He's so darn quick, you know, he almost can't protect it, I guess, all the time.
The ball can't adjust. 3rd and 5. Line of scrimmage, the Dallas 25. The blitz gets to the Dodger.
Tell you that 34 defense gets you a heck of a run if you're a linebacker, and that's Lloyd in there. And Mendenhall. Okay, you pick out the blitzer. You pick out the sacker. A lot of blue shirts.
Lloyd is one, Mendenhall is another, number 64. Gregory is the third.
And what a gamble by the Giants, though, to figure that Landry had probably not worked against the 34 this week, against not thinking they're going to use it.
Here's Danny White. A little bit off the side. Bobby Hammond fields it in Dallas territory. Goes back nearer to midfield. He lost about a yard on that return. Randy Hughes made the tackle.
Pretty good defensive series by the Giants that time.
Very impressive. So we have 10 minutes, 6 seconds left before the half. Cowboys lead 7-3.
Take any razor available in America. Any razor. Now there's an electric shaver that will shave as close or your money back. The Remington XLR. Remington can guarantee a close shave because only Remington has this remarkable 3-part system. The first head shaves close, the second closer. The unique intercept cutter is designed to shave longer hairs. The Remington XLR. It shaves as close as a blade or your money back.
Phantom of the night. Elegant. Elusive. Introducing the Phantom Cat. A bold, distinctive Mercury Cougar XR7 in midnight blue and chamois, with a hauntingly beautiful new face, elegantly styled, deeply cushioned. A luxurious Mercury Cougar XR7 called the Phantom Cat.
Isn't this your year to join the cat set?
Lifeguard, starring Sam Elliott and Parker Stevenson. A television premiere on the CBS Wednesday night movies at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
Seattle, Slew, and Affirm both will be in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. The winner of that, in all likelihood, will win the honor of being the horse of the year. Pisarcik gets the ride of the year under D.D. Lewis. As again, they tried to throw on first down.
I'll tell you, both teams are having to use the blitz to get the pressure on the quarterback. Let's see where D.D. comes from. Number 50. Very steady football player. Bruning was there too. The middle linebacker came.
If they had missed, Jethro was there to clean up. He's been replaced now on this, what the Cowboys figure is a passing down by Larry Cole. Doug Coter, Bobby Hammond, the running backs for New York. Sarchek drops. Now, Randy White.
Pat, let's look at it isolated. Watch Van Horn now. Van Horn tries to fire out and make contact. And Randy this time just runs around Van Horn and Gravel, the tackle. He's got that 4.7 speed for a 254-pounder and very strong.
Gravel had to come inside because that's where Harvey Martin was going. The illegal procedure call has just been announced to the crowd by Pat Haggerty was declined by Dallas, and the hole gets deeper. 3rd and 25.
You know, Randy White didn't waste any space. He went straight at the quarterback.
89 Billy Joe Dupree.
Wears well, doesn't he?
Game after game in the clutch. 3rd and 25. The ball all the way back now at the Giant 37-yard line. Charlie Waters sneaks over into the middle. They run a trap play. And again, number 54 has come to life. Randy White made the tackle.
Like 54 is ready to try to put his name up on the side of the stadium here, huh? All right. They try a trap block. He beats Clack, the center's block on him, and just smothers it.
A lot of times in the middle of that line, although it doesn't show up, you have to guess. And I think Randy White guessed correctly. Jennings kick. Flag is down on the play, but it's another great kick from Jennings. Chases Butch Johnson all the way back to his own 21. Butch dances out of a couple, but he is tackled by Otis McKinney. Flag is down, though. Keep that in mind. He may have to do it again.
Cowboys might have been offsides because they did come and try to block it and almost got it. Kyle came pretty close, didn't he?
Illegal procedure. Offense.
It's against the Giants.
Must have been some shuffling and moving around trying to pick up some of the people trying to block it.
Jennings trots back, bringing his group with him. An enthusiastic guy he is.
Likes our profession, likes sportscasting. He
Yes.
seems much more intelligent than that, doesn't he?
I don't know. Roger Staubach, Joe Pisarcik.
Well, he got hit in the back a couple of times by Randy White, huh?
Illegal formation. Offense.
Jennings drops back now in the sunlight. Back inside that double red line, which is the 20-yard line.
He's got the driver out this time.
No pressure.
Ooh.
And he hit it over 300 yards, if that's the driver. He chases him all the way back to the 10 again. Butch Johnson trying to go somewhere, trying to stay on his feet. He did a good job of doing that, but it was not worth all that much. He only struggled for a couple, and Jennings really hit another one. 56-yard punt by Dave Jennings.
Pat, these athletes are so much better, really, than when I played. I think maybe your team was probably better, but did you see 5 or 6 guys got a good shot at him, and he stayed on his feet?
Isn't that amazing?
We'd have taken a month off after a shot like that.
Tuesday night, here on CBS, the paper chase takes an unusual turn when Logan becomes emotionally involved with a political activist who also happens to be a prisoner, so don't miss that powerful new drama. Paper chase.
Yeah, that's all about lawyers.
And it's followed by Jacqueline Suzanne's bestseller, Once Is Not Enough.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
First down. The ball is batted by Gregory and Van Pelt. It was intended for Dorsett.
Tell you, the Giants really have a lot of ginger this year. They're not only in contention, but they should have beaten Atlanta last week. They know they played pretty well against this Dallas Cowboy team when they came up to New Jersey.
Bears have scored, but so have the Packers. It's 24-14 now. Bart Starr's Green Bay team looking to go 5-1, and the Central Division has taken on a new look. Just over 8.5 minutes left before the half. The Cowboys have the football, 2nd and 10. The outside trap again works. Dorsett almost broke. Terry Jackson was one of the tacklers.
It's a good thing number 24 made the tackle. If Jackson hadn't gotten Dorsett, he was gone. Look at the outside now. What's the right part of your screen? There's the slot man. The trap, the outside trap on Mendenhall, who never sees it coming. Look at this. If they don't wedge him in there, it's head him off at the pass.
9-yard pickup by number 33. Ball out at the 22-yard line now. 7-3. San Diego now 14-0 over Denver. You knew that Don Coryell would have him scoring points in a hurry. Short yardage. Newhouse comes to the outside. He has the first down. Harry Carson put the hammerlock on Newhouse.
Carson might be as strong a middle linebacker as is playing football. Take a look at it now, and right down on the line of scrimmage. Watch to the left, and you'll see how it looks like Newhouse is going to break cleanly out in the open, with short yardage leads you to believe once in a while. And Carson at 240 really pins him in a hurry.
He just sort of ran over the blocker who was in front of Newhouse, Herbert Scott. Vikings have scored in the second quarter against Seattle. It's 13-7 in that game. First down, Dallas here at the 25. Newhouse and Dorsett, the running backs. First down, here we go again. And there's the pass again. And there goes Roger down again under the blitz by Van Pelt and Kelly. Both of them had a shot.
Tell you, the Giants play that 34 pretty well. This is the first time they've actually used it against anybody. Watch Mendenhall right on the nose, get as close to Fitzgerald as he can. What that does is really open up those lanes to either side of him. That's where the linebackers are coming.
You know, Tommy, as you look at the play again, everybody that we talk to about that defense, 3-4, says the key man is the man who plays over the center. And I would think Mendenhall ought to be good at that.
Oh, he will be dynamite. And he's very short and cagey, you know.
He's in front of Fitzgerald. It'll be 2nd and 19, a 9-yard loss on that sack by Van Pelt and Kelly. And the blitz is on again. This time they pick it up reasonably well, knock it down. The ball goes behind the intended receiver, Billy Joe Dupree. Roger again under heavy pressure, though.
I wonder if Jeter got a little piece of that ball, number 70. Young man from USC in his second year is really improving as a defensive lineman for the Giants. I think Mo Gillespie's really helped him, don't you?
Well, he's helped the whole defensive unit, I'm sure. In the way of being proud to wear that uniform, if nothing else.
I mean, you know, I think Mr. Mara, Wellington Mara, looks like he's really enjoying the season. It's an entirely different thing, isn't it, when they're in the games all the time?
I'll say. So it'll be 3rd down, 19 now. 6:25 left before the half. Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. Cowboys 7, Giants 3. Been a good close contest so far, and again they blitz. But this time, it is adequate. Mendenhall chases Staubach. He throws. Preston Pearson has it. First down, Dallas.
This is the 3rd catch by Preston Pearson, and watch the great throw, because literally, other than the shotgun, Roger is really throwing this on the run as he goes toward the line of scrimmage. Watch him now drift, and as he's moving up toward the line of scrimmage, he really throws a strike. It's a great catch, too.
Puts him over 100 yards. Staubach passing so far in this.
Wonder if Staubach is doing some audibles at the line of scrimmage, or if Landry is still calling every play with the runner and all. How much latitude do you think he has, Pat?
They say about 25% of the plays he changes.
They better turn out right, though, huh?
Yeah. Or the latitude will go somewhere else. 2nd down. 8 to go as Drew Pearson goes in motion to the other side. Dorsett gets the carry. Dorsett. Brad Van Pelt reached out from underneath the blocker and took him down. The blocker was Rayfield Wright.
I wonder sometime if Tony's almost too fast for himself. The blockers, they can't get their blocks done fast enough to get out of his way. Watch to the right of your screen now. Watch number 33. He just accelerates into the blocks now. There's Newhouse's. Rayfield's got a pretty good block. Rayfield can't get it done and get away.
Dorsett's 7th carry. About 43 yards so far. 4:15, the clock running. That's before the half. Cowboys lead 7-3. Again, Pearson comes in motion. Fake to Dorsett. Intended for Preston Pearson. Brad Van Pelt on the coverage, and the Cowboys send Danny White into the game.
This is where the punters are becoming so important, huh?
That's the final score. Green Bay defeated the Chicago Bears 24-14. Their record goes up to 5-1. We welcome those of you who watched that game and this one. Tampa Bay 30, Kansas City 13. That's the final. Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire at Texas Stadium in Dallas, where the Cowboys lead 7-3. Danny White faked a run, then kicked. Again, a flag is down. Jimmy Robinson made the fair catch.
What do you suppose Danny White was thinking about doing on that? He had one blocked against St. Louis.
He's thinking about running. He has done that before. Fine athlete that he is.
Well, he works with Mike Ditka on those special teams, and if he ever runs and doesn't make it, he better, try to get a bus ticket.
He'll get more practice running. The other direction. We're going to bring it back.
Well, you're right, though. He is a good athlete, isn't he?
Super baseball player, they say.
If he was playing anywhere but here, I'm sure he'd be playing quarterback somewhere.
An eligible man downfield, number 32.
The eligible man downfield for Dallas was Dennis Thurman, the rookie from Southern California. I would imagine there'll be no fake runs now. It's not as good a kick either. Paid off for the Giants. Robinson again signals for the fair catch, drops it, and then drops number 85 on top of it at 31, and wisely so. So the Giants will take over at their own 31-yard line. 3 minutes, 49 seconds to go in the first half. Cowboys lead 7-3.
Lifting all that weight makes me feel just great. Now's the time I find. Got blue ribbon on my mind. I've got Pabst Blue Ribbon on my mind. More and more lately I find I've got a taste for living. I'm thinking cold blue ribbon. I've got Pabst Blue Ribbon on my mind.
Naturally good Pabst. A lot to look forward to.
I always used to dream of castles. Never thought I'd go anywhere. But look at me now. I'm in the army, seeing things I never thought I'd see. Working away, that's not too much to pay to bring my castles home to me.
One good way to see Europe is to enlist for it.
First and 10 Giants at their own 31. 7-3, Dallas leads.
Pisarcik is 2 for 5 for 67 yards.
And now the Giants do a little shifting with Al Dixon moving from left to right. Bobby Hammond is smothered by Jethro Pugh.
You know, Harvey Martin hurt himself falling down on Larry Zonka. Martin staying on the ground.
Baltimore 30. St. Louis 17. The Cardinals having a tough start under Bud Wilkinson.
I don't know if we're going to have a replay of this, but it was rather interesting what happens on this. Watch Harvey Martin chase the play and perhaps try to spear somebody on the ground to hurt them. I'm not sure. Watch what happens now right in front of your eye. Here comes Martin. Zonka's on the ground and Martin hits him. But it's Harvey that's actually hurt him, perhaps had the wind knocked it out of him.
I think that's what it is.
That really hurts when you're trying to breathe and the lungs are working and there's no oxygen.
And you can't.
Just sit there and do one of those Arkansas Razorback calls.
Which is very difficult with no breath. Houston 10, Oakland 7. That's the second quarter score. By the way, Baltimore's record now is 2-4. The Cardinals, as I said, 0-6. There's the rookie cornerback.
Boy, is he a good one, huh?
Terry Jackson, his brother, who's an all-pro with the Rams. Now with Oakland.
Oh, Harvey's all right, huh? He sort of sets the tempo, doesn't he? He's like a metronome with that Dallas defense. When he's up, they're up, it seems to me.
Larry Bethea, the #1 draft choice of the Cowboys this year from Michigan State, has replaced Harvey at right defensive end. And he's a player, too. Hammond and Zonka, the running backs behind Pisarcik. Second 10 for New York. Pisarcik drops. Ooh, the blitz from Henderson was on. And Pisarcik took some shot. In the meantime, the pass is complete to Robinson. Benny Barnes is down, and Henderson is also down.
Yeah, Pisarcik dropped like he had been hit with a bar of soap and a sock. But it was a good throw.
Henderson is up. He had a bad ankle, and that looks like what it might be again.
Oh, he's so quick when he blitzes. He almost beat Pisarcik setting up, didn't he?
Joe did a heck of a job to get the ball out to Robinson. Here it is.
Okay, Henderson should come from the left side. Oh, man, he's in there in a hurry. Use the helmet to sort of get under Pisarcik's head.
Pisarcik is up. Henderson is still down. His place has been taken by Mike Hegman. But he's been down with the flu, and Guy Brown was working with the first defensive unit. Cleveland, New Orleans score is final 24-16. Mike Hegman has taken Henderson's place. And Hollywood gets a cheer.
I'll tell you, Pat, if you take that nose guard off some of these people, they won't be using that helmet to spear with. It's a dangerous thing if you're trying to hit somebody in the mouth with it.
But then you won't be Hollywood anymore if you don't wear the nose guard. We can both testify to that. Third and short yardage. It is Bobby Hammond. He will not get it. Benny Barnes came up to make the tackle. Brunig had a shot in the backfield and missed. But held him just long enough for Barnes to get there.
And you know, Barnes has been playing with, he had chips removed from his ankle, and he's had some troubles with his feet. Watch number 31 come up. And Hammond is not an easy target. 31 goes high, wraps him up safely, and good play.
Enter Dave Jennings, the Giant punter, whose last effort was 56 yards. He is averaging 46.6 today. This one won't be that far. Butch Johnson comes up, and this time some blockers are in front of him. But again, the Giants do an excellent job of bringing him down at the 30. Dan Lloyd was the tackler. There's Dave Jennings.
He was hamstrung a little bit on Friday.
He likes to work out in the regular drills.
Where, at Studio 54? Where does he work out? How does he pull a hamstring?
With the rest of the team.
Oh.
Maybe Studio 54 too. I don't know.
Right. It's a big city.
You can get lost there. 7-3 Dallas. 2:29 left on the scoreboard clock. That's before the half. The 31. Fake draw, Newhouse. Pearson couldn't hang on. He was struggling in the arms of Ray Rhodes. He batted it. Flag is down back, and so is Brad Van Pelt.
They really drilled Roger Staubach. They may get roughing the passer. That's what they're going to call for it. Almost a great catch by Mr. Pearson, and great defense by Rhodes.
Word on Harvey Martin. There's Brad Van Pelt. He's had some shoulder problems before, and we'll watch him after we hear what Pat Haggerty has to say. And while he's getting ready, Harvey Martin has a hyperextended left elbow. He is being taped. Probably will be back.
Roughing the passer, number 55, defense.
You know what we're seeing, though? This is the calls on Brian Kelly, who will come from the top of your screen. But you've hit my quarterback. Now we're going to hit your quarterback. It's almost something that should be in the Fall Classic, as they call it. You can see Kelly hitting him from behind. Remember, they hit Joe Pisarcik pretty hard earlier.
I do recall. That's what got rid of Thomas Henderson. Pisarcik got up, so did Staubach. Dorsett struggles inside Giant territory. Off the left tackle. Blocking of one Pat Donovan. Brian Kelly made the tackle. Gosh, you remember that game here last year that we did? So hot.
Almost had a few Giant players that really almost died, didn't they?
Oh, Troy Archer, I think, spent the whole plane ride on the way back to New York, lying on his back, and they were really concerned about him. It is 7-3 now.
Give me an Anheuser-Busch Natural Light.
Just say natural.
You see, you doesn't have to call it Anheuser-Busch Natural Light, and you doesn't have to call it Anheuser Natural, and you doesn't have to call it Busch Natural. Just say natural.
Johnson's right.
Oh, you can call me Ray, or you can call me Jay, or you can
For a great tasting light beer, just say natural.
But you doesn't have to call me Johnson.
2 naturals, please. Please don't ask him his name.
Name? You can call me Ray, or you can call me...
Are we going to be the bowling champs tonight? Yeah. Are we having a problem?
Yeah. Did I forget my Prestone?
Yeah.
Take out the O, put in the 2. Put in the Prestone, Prestone 2.
Protect against freeze-ups and corrosion. Take out old, weak antifreeze and put in America's most trusted antifreeze, Prestone 2.
Take out the old, put in the 2. Put in the Prestone, Prestone 2.
And when you flush your cooling system, use Prestone Super Flush.
2 minutes to play first half. 2nd and 4, Dallas. Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire at Texas Stadium in Dallas. Or Irving is more correct, which is about halfway between Dallas and Fort Worth.
Giant defense has held the Cowboys rushing game to 59 yards. Not a bad first half in that 3.
Staubach has thrown 15 times. Blitz again, and this time it's picked up. He lays it out in the direction of Billy Joe Dupree, but the coverage again is good. This time it's Beasley Reese, who used to be a Cowboy.
Looks like they might have had a little bit of a nickel defense where Beasley, with that good speed, sort of plays the inside safety man at about 5 yards and then fills from under. That's really technical talk. I'm not sure what that means, Pat. I apologize for that.
I understood it.
When we played, we just got 15 yards and hoped they didn't run by us.
They're down 4 now, Dallas. Jerry Goldstein warming up, along with Randy Dean with his back to you, the third Giant quarterback, number 15. Los Angeles, San Francisco now. The Rams have equalized that field goal that 49ers got. 10-3 that score. We'll have all of the scores as we join Brent and Jane and Irv during the halftime of today's NFL game. Staubach gets outside and gets the first down. Roger scrambles to the 31. Terry Jackson made the tackle, but that marvelous athlete is a joy to watch.
At 36. Now watch the almost clipping to the top of your screen. Watch Mendenhall put in a big rush, and Rafferty finally has to turn and sort of hit him from behind the ankles, but must have done it legally. And now Rogers on his way. You're right. He is still a graceful athlete. Look at him pull.
Here's Pearson.
Here's Mr. Fluid Drive, huh? Sidelines and up. Hello there. They must have deep help. Yeah, there was the safety man. I think Beasley Reese was running for the corner.
You just barely see his foot on this corner of your picture.
They like to hide. Those safety men try to hide in the shadows and jump out and make a big interception.
There's some shadows here. Staubach has had his conversation with Tom Landry. Well, no, not enough.
What's it on, Coach?
Touchdown on 2. 7-3 the score. A minute 39 left on the scoreboard clock. That's a Dallas timeout. They have 2 left. Giants have all 3.
I wonder if he'll go to Tony Hill again, number 80.
Number 80 is Tony Hill. Number 88 is Drew Pearson. Those are the wide receivers. Billy Joe Dupree is still the tight end. Ball's on the 31-yard line of the Giants. Drew Pearson goes right, and Tony Hill now comes back to the left. Dorsett moves. Roger shifts back to that deep spot. They do not blitz it this time. It's a 4-man rush. A flag is down. Staubach gets out of bounds. Chased by Gary Jeter, but I believe Rayfield Wright is going to be called for holding by George Martin.
A couple of receivers were open, but I'll tell you that the Giant forward wall really gives Roger a chase from the shotgun. Now watch this. And Jeter to the top of the screen will keep on chasing number 12. Here they go. The flags are flying now. Mendenhall in for hot pursuit. There's Jeter.
You know, when you drop that deep, it makes it a more difficult job for the offensive lineman.
Would you explain that one a little bit?
Well, it has to do with those angles that they talk about in hockey, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
If you stay in the pocket, that's what the whole passing attack is based on.
Number 67, offense.
The holding is called against Pat Donovan, the other tackle.
Working on Jack Gregory. Minute 32 left. I guess nobody used the clock any better than Roger at this part in his career, huh?
We'll be coming at the half when you'll have scores and highlights from all around the league. Some surprises and some that went true to form. Goldstein on the headset on the Giants sideline. A minute 32 left to play before the half. This time the protection is not bad. The completion goes to Preston Pearson out of bounds at the Giant 27. Brad Van Pelt chasing. And whenever you see the pass go to Preston Pearson, it seems like there's always a linebacker chasing.
And this one happens to be one that was an All-American safety man at Michigan State. Van Pelt can run. Now watch him. He's just in the wake. And Preston Pearson, the old basketball player of Illinois, is just open enough to make another catch. Fantastic. He's an easy rider too, you know?
Yeah. That's how he gets open so easy. Deceptive stride. Reminds you of Del Schaffner a little bit. You remember him?
It's true. That's right. And they're always nice guys, and they ask you about your family and all that, and you're wanting to get mad at them.
And all you're seeing is them with their back to you catching the ball. 2nd and 6. Ball at the Giant 27. The shotgun again is run. Run this time by Staubach. He'll be shy of the first down. He had to get almost to the 20 to get that. Brad Van Pelt made the tackle. And Dallas scurries back. Clock is running with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to play. They still have 2 timeouts. That is to play in the first half. Cowboys lead 7-3.
Roger will try to get it stopped in some way and get Septien set up, I suppose.
Now he calls his timeout. Which he did not want to do. And they just burned up about 18 seconds there. Pisarcek, Joe, talking with John DeZiegel, who's been the Giant trainer for a long, long time.
He's tough, though. He played at Las Cruces right over here at New Mexico State. That's you play quarterback there. If you just survive there, you're not an easy guy to knock down.
What did you say before about Las Cruces?
All the bars have dirt floors. And great tequila, they say. That's the rumor.
Yeah. Well, there are good things in Dallas, too.
There's nothing like their cheerleaders. They really are Texas, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. Dallas has 1 timeout remaining. The Giants have all 3 of theirs. And don't forget again, at the half, all the scores and highlights. And don't forget tonight, 60 Minutes, followed by Mary Tyler Moore, All in the Family, Alice, and Kaz. Keep your dial tuned right where it is. It's been an outstanding first half between the Cowboys and the Giants. 7-3, Cowboys lead. 3rd and 2. They're in field goal range of Raphael Septien, who hasn't had really much what you'd call an active year so far. He's just 2 out of 5. Danilo has tried 14 field goals, a Giant kicker. They are faking a blitz. Let's see if it's a fake. Yep. Inside fake handoff. Oh, look at Billy Joe Dupree. It's going to be a Dallas touchdown.
Billy Joe Dupree's first catch of the day. And as you said earlier, he is really Mr. Steady. Watch him now. He goes back inside, dives for 2 counts, and comes from left to right of the formation. His 4th touchdown pass of the year. Boy, is he wide open. How can you hide somebody at 6'5", about 230?
Well, you fake a screen first and then fake back the other way, and all of a sudden he appears from out of the artificial turf. Raphael Septien to try to make it 14-3. And he does.
That was an El Grande of a play. That makes a real different ball game for the Giants, coming back out now with a 14-3 deficit. And Mr. Landry has kept it together and gotten that score right before halftime and didn't have to settle for a field goal.
This is one I haven't seen before, and it looks like the Giants haven't either.
Well, the rush came on. They thought they had Roger in trouble, and Prey is wide open.
That was Jackson that went under his feet. Had really the only legitimate crack at Billy Joe Dupree to keep him from scoring.
You know, the tight ends, you can't touch them outside of that 5-yard zone. It's just darn near impossible to cover them up all the time anymore.
7 plays it took the Cowboys to go 69 yards to get that touchdown by Dupree, and the extra point by Raphael Septien. He's about to kick off now. This guy's a heck of an athlete, Septien.
Just because he's a kicker, you're saying that?
No, he's a fine skier. Ping pong, he plays very well. Bobby Hammond. To the 20 and out by Septien.
Goldstein's coming in at quarterback, a very good drop back passer, built on sort of a more fragile scale than Solano Joe Pisarcek, huh?
I'm just looking to see if Pisarcek had gone to the locker room or some sort of medical attention, or if he's still on the sideline in front of the Giant bench. I don't see him right now.
Darn good place for a quarterback.
There he is.
There trouble. There's Joe.
Like his back might be bothering him just a bit. He had a sore back anyway, and he took a real wallop from Thomas Henderson. It'll be 1st and 10. 42 seconds left to play first half as Goldstein drops. Goldstein throws outside Doug Coder. He'll have a first down and heading for the sidelines. He does make it. And
Smart
the clock is
football
stopped.
player, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Out of Kentucky.
Charlie Waters saying he didn't get out of bounds, but he did.
Goldstein goes back about 4 and sets it up. This is a good way to start out your series. He's obviously not warmed up to be hit or anything. And Coder takes it, dips in, and now tries to get out of bounds. Just makes it.
Giants have all 3 of their timeouts left. Line of scrimmage now is the Giant 42. 33 seconds left on the clock before the halftime. Dallas goes to a 3-man charge. Robinson couldn't find the handle. He was open across the middle, chased by Dennis Thurman. But he might have had enough to get another first down.
This play was almost too easy. He might have been looking to see how much running room he had. Actually, Giants only have 4 completions. Perkins hasn't caught a ball yet. Dixon hasn't caught a ball yet, the big tight end who's improving every week. Dallas must be playing some D.
Robinson comes out. Ernie Pugh is in now in his place. He split wide right. Perkins wide left. Giant center moved as the flag goes down. The reception is by Ernie Pugh. Same play that Robinson just ran.
It looked like the line of scrimmage was alive with action while Goldstein's still trying to call a snap.
Black, the offensive center, gave a little nudge before he snapped it.
New center, huh? New center and quarterback. I mean, same old center, but new QB.
Quarterback, right. Pat Haggerty will let us know.
Illegal motion. Offense. Declined.
The whole
Third
offense.
down.
When Dallas really takes advantage of that, if you make a move, they all come like Harvey Martin.
There is little Mo, Dick Modulewski, who played at about 260 and now is less than 220.
Some kind of a guy, though. Wears red and blue rather well, doesn't he?
It's like he never left it. 3rd and 8. 23 seconds on the clock. A full house backfield with Robinson now coming out of it in motion. Thurman comes with him, and Coder runs the trap to the Dallas 38. Plenty enough for a first down before Cliff Harris made the tackle. 16 seconds showing on the scoreboard clock now. And again, the Giants are back in Dallas territory. They do call a timeout now, so they have 2 left.
Boy, that's attitude, you know. They could already be thinking about getting some Gatorade and flush out their mouths or something at halftime, but they're trying to get down and get 3 more points at least. Quick draw to Coder, who obviously is healed after the ankle injury.
And don't forget, next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern Time, 3:30 Central and Pacific, United States Tennis Association's Women's Indoor Tennis Championships.
Where is that, up Minneapolis?
Up in Minneapolis.
Are you up there?
Yes, sir. I'll be there, and then we'll be there for the Los Angeles Viking game the next day.
Okay.
The Jockey Club Gold Cup with the Firmed and Seattle Slew featured. The winner to be, if one of them does win, in all likelihood, the horse of the year. And the world's strongest men.
I'll be there, of course. Not as a broadcaster, just a competitor.
NFL lineman John Matusak of the Oakland Raiders and John Cobb, Pittsburgh Steelers, along with Brian Oldfield.
Oh, is he a monster?
He makes a lot of funny noises. 16 seconds left. Jerry Goldstein drops. Larry Cole got close to him. The pass down the middle. Perhaps intended for Al Dixon. Flag is down. Back at the 45.
Might have been some holding. It looked like Randy White had his tractor in road gear. And somebody might have tried to tackle him. I don't think they did a very good job of it.
The word on Joe Pisarcik is that he took a shot to the jaw. Is a little bit woozy.
That's the first time I've ever seen that on a media note. It says a little woozy, W-O-O-Z-I-E. But he took that helmet from Henderson right in the face, really.
Holding, number 71, offense.
Holding against the Giants.
Gordon Gravel.
Blocking on Harvey Martin, who's back. By the way, they expect Pisarcik to be back in the second half as well. Goldstein now the Giant quarterback. 11 seconds left to go before the half. 14-3 Dallas. Look out. Goldstein for Dixon. Batted by Randy Hughes.
That ball was thrown so slowly and lobbed that it was almost impossible to intercept. Hughes tried to stay up there a long time.
Just couldn't wait for that thing to come down.
He's trying for Al Dixon, the big tight end down the middle.
That'll make it 5 more seconds left to play before the half. Dixon comes out and Gary Shirk replaces him.
Larry Zonka came in. I would anticipate a blocking role for number 39 in this series.
Or a screening role, maybe.
If I was a quarterback, I'd say go over to the left here, and if either White or Harvey Martin get near me, get them.
3 wide receivers come out, split wide to the right. Robinson, Perkins, and Dixon. They're going to do a little alley-oop. And out of bounds. That'll do it. Charlie Waters was over with Perkins. And the rest of the group. And now both groups will go to the locker rooms with the Dallas Cowboys at this point leading the Giants.